How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the evening show with Gator. I'm here. Sorry for I haven't done a show. Friday was my twin's birthday, and I was going hunting that Saturday morning, so I didn't hop on here to do a show that night. I got some rest instead, and then I ended up with the flu over the weekend and was sick on Monday, so I didn't trade yesterday or didn't trade much yesterday, and I didn't do a show. I just slept. I'm feeling a little bit better today, so I'm going to we're going to do a show tonight. And usual, as per usual, the disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not offering stock picks, investment advice, anything like that. This is purely for entertainment purposes, and you should not try to mimic or do the exact things that I'm doing. This is just to um, give you a greater perspective maybe on the market and on your trading, and that is what it is. So take that with a grain of salt, everything you hear me say today. All that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube or you're in the Discord, the screen that you see right now is my recording from earlier today, with the exception of my voice. If you're on YouTube, you can actually see me, but I'll switch that to actually watching me during the day, probably as we get going here. But so you can see my screen. We're going to watch some live trades. We're going to talk about them. I didn't have time to go through and actually pick out which ones we're going to look at. I do know the general area I think that I want to look at, so we'll maybe do some reviews, watch me win some and lose some, maybe some stupid things that I did, and some ways that I actually made some money, so we can see both sides of it, I hope. And yeah, so let's just get at it, and then maybe talk some mentality. About halfway through or so, we'll start talking a little bit of psychology for this market. I think this is a specific type of market. I think it's hard. I think since the last, second, maybe Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, it changed. So like prior to the week of Thanksgiving, it was super easy, in my opinion, to bend into names, to trade names, and to go very aggressive and win. I found it very easy. It was after like that start of that Thanksgiving week that things kind of changed and the market got very choppy. The market action changed, the follow through on names changed, and if you trade in this room for scalpers, you know what I'm talking about. And since that point, we've had a different market. And we have to identify that and change. I did not identify that when it first happened enough to fix myself, and I gave back a big chunk of what I made in the first half of November. And I finally made most of that back over the last couple of weeks. But once I identified that and I changed what I've been doing, and I've just been, I mean, we'll see some of it here, but I've just kind of shifted a little bit. So it's something that we have to identify. And at this time in the market, at least for us scalpers, there's not a lot of clean, quick follow through. And it's just a fact, and it just is what it is. And we just have to identify it, and we have to find ways to make money. The people who make money in these environments are the people that, because the strategies still work, but the way we play them have to change. And they have to change live. You can't wait forever. And, I mean, you can, but you're going to lose money, And week to week, they can change. And instead of just having to buy into something and then it just ripping in your favor, you being up a lot, and then just ripping in the next one and the next one and the next one, right now things are a little bit more choppy, and that's okay. And so I've been able to adapt a little bit. So hopefully this video and some of the ones we do over this week will help you guys adapt some. And you can ask questions, especially as we go. Please feel free to type in chat. It's much easier if people are throwing questions out there as I'm showing this, or as we get going. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. And I paused it here because, well, first, I caught this down move in Tesla. So Tesla was going short. I'm up 8 grand at this point in the day. Also, for P&L, if you watch this, generally speaking, especially during the day, we don't talk P&L in the room because it can make people toxic. It can. It can hurt people. It can make them feel bad. It can, even if they're doing really well, it can mess with them. So we don't brag P&L. We don't post P&L. And unless I'm doing a video like this, I'm not going to talk about it. But at this point in the day, so I wanted to play the first Tesla short. I didn't play the one and done. I waited, and it popped up, and no matter what happened, I thought I was going to play the first Tesla 1-minute breakdown. That's just what I was thinking in my head. It was my game plan for the morning. Win or lose, I was going to play it. And I actually bought right here, if you can see my cursor. It was on the third candle, and it kind of popped up a little bit, and then I'm not showing it because I forgot to turn on my recorder, but it went up, and then it started dropping. And so I bought it right at this level, whatever this level was. It was like what 49, 949 or something.
Gator, I'm just going to jump in here. We're not
Yeah.
seeing your screen. Okay, you're aware of that.
My screen share is going. You should be able to
Yeah,
see
we're
it.
not just not seeing. You're talking about cursors and stuff.
Oh, you
All I'm
can't see my
seeing is
cursor.
your screen recording.
Oh, okay. My cursor's on the screen recording, but I guess you can't see that. Yeah, no cursor. Sorry, guys. There's nothing I can do about that for Discord. Hopefully, if you see it on YouTube, so I'll just explain it. So the third candle. So I bought at the third candle on Tesla, but I bought almost as soon as it opened and popped. So the third candle on Tesla opened, it popped up, and where you can see towards that 8 EMA, it's yellow on that Fidelity chart, and it started to drop back down. As soon as it started dropping, I bought because my quote unquote stop for you guys that like stop limits, or a stop was the top of the current candle. So on that third candle after this big pop, it popped up a little bit more, and then I bought it short, just 10 contracts, and then it dropped all the way. You could see how it dropped. Um, it dropped down, and and I actually rode this all the way down that whole second candle, and I got eight points on that with 10 contracts. So at this point in the day, I had done 2 or 3 other Tesla trades, but I had just broken even, and I was up about 8 grand, and I think I had done a total of 4 trades maybe or so other than that one, and they were all within. You can see I think the last 2 or 3 of them here, and I think the last one I made 300 on, and then they were all fairly, flat to break even. So let's go ahead and play this and see what happens here. So let's see when I click place and buy. So I'm waiting for this candle to close on Tesla. I want to buy the next 1 minute breakdown. I'm just watching to wait, and I'm watching the bid. Even though my mouse is clicked, I'm not looking at the option level 2. I'm looking at the actual Tesla price. I don't remember what I was thinking at this point. Honestly, I was probably thinking buy it as soon as it drops down below. So you see I bought it there. The bid was dropping below 42. I think in my head that's what I was thinking. I was just watching it, and I was like, I'm going to buy it as soon as 942 breaks. And then I saw that red pop up on my Fidelity, and I thought it was going below 942, so I bought. You can see my price. Oops, I jumped forward, sorry. Did I already sell? Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. So there you go. So 942, and now I'm waiting to sell. I'm up money in the trade already. If you can see where they're selling, they're at $24.35. I got filled at $23.93, and the ask is at $24.75. So I could possibly be up almost another 500 to a grand. A smart thing to do maybe would have been to sell here. Only 10 contracts. I think what in my mind I was waiting for, right or wrong, was to have this candle break down and catch another flush and another 8 grand or something like that. So I was hoping it would do that. It didn't. So I sold, and what I was looking at again was the level 2. Notice the level 2, 92.42. It got back above the actual price on the stock where I bought it. So as soon as it popped back up above that 92.42 on the bid, I sold, and I made, I don't know what I make, 20 cents there or something like that. And now I instantly loaded it back up and got ready to buy again. This is why being above PDT is so important, and not holding losers is so important, because it didn't matter to me if, like, I wanted it to go down, but who cares? It popped up, I sold. I made a couple $100, and now I didn't lose. And now I'm just waiting for the next candle. I'm waiting for the next setup. It didn't go down. I'm looking at the market. I'm seeing if there's something else that I wanted to take, or if I wanted to try to catch this breakdown or the next breakdown. The fact that it didn't go was kind of sus. I'm watching it here now that it dropped back down around 942, and I'm watching it again to see if I want to take it. I don't think I take this one. This might be the candle that rips up positively. I'm also watching the Qs. Did I take it? I did take it. So 24.62. I'm green on this right now, so let's pause this one for the sake of just really quick. So I'm up a minimum of 40 cents on this trade with no PI from when I bought it. You can go back, pause it, see what I got on PI. I think I start showing that at some point on here. But I bought at a perfect time, and it was a mix of timing and price improvement. I just saw that price ticking down, so I could have made about a grand here. I'm pretty sure I'm stupid and I don't sell this. I'm still waiting for that flush instead of taking that quick trade. The only reason I am doing that is because I'm up so much on the day. If it was a flat day or anything, I would have taken that money. So I sold there and I got 24.65. So instead of making $500 to $1,000, I broke even. That's so I want to this is important because I want to show this and I want to talk to you guys. Did it freeze for everybody else in Discord? I'm pausing it. So I'm pausing it and stopping it. So it's paused right now, guys.
Yeah,
So
it's lost.
yeah, it's paused. So here's something that is very, very important for those of you who wish that you held trades and you have trouble doing this. If you're looking at my body language right now in this video, does my body language look like I changed? Like, does it look like I even care that I lost that or that instead of making a grand, I didn't? Like, no, it doesn't. Like, I'm just looking, I'm like, ah, okay. Like, how many of you, if you were, would that have bothered that it didn't flush? And sometimes it would bother me, but other than sitting up there, I'm adjusting. It didn't drop, and I want you to watch something here. Boom! Watch this. Watch this. The Qs are popping. Tesla's popping. You know, watch this. It keeps going up. It keeps going up. It keeps going up. And I'm pretty sure it pops even more here. So if I would have held that, I would now be down 4 or 5 grand that quickly. How many seconds was that? Not even 10 seconds. And that's a 4 or 5 grand move in the opposite direction. A 4 grand move, 3 grand move in the opposite direction. That's how quickly I'm like, I'm right or I'm wrong. And I was completely okay with breaking even on that for the opportunity for me to catch that bigger down move. Partially because I caught the one earlier and I wasn't necessarily trying to hit a home run. I just thought there was a good chance Tesla could continue shorter. So I was giving it a little bit more time. But the important thing is that that could have happened earlier to me when I played Tesla. And I held that whole down move, or pretty much all of it. I really wish well, it doesn't matter if I recorded it, but if I would have recorded that, that would have been nice. But it could have failed just like that one did. And you could be that quickly up the money and it goes against you. You could very quickly be up a grand or a point or 50 cents and then it rips against you. There's no guarantee, but I'm not getting mad that I didn't catch it. I'm just out. I broke even and I didn't hesitate to sell that. As soon as it popped against me, I sold. So going back to that trade, I'm laying back in my chair, probably more relaxed than I should be, but I'm in the trade. I'm up. I'm like, okay, let's see if this baby wants to go down. Right now at this point, if I sell, guys, I can almost guarantee that's a grand. I'm only taking 10 contracts. And let's see if it wants to go. Does it want to go? Does it want to go? And I probably wait too long to sell. It's popping up. Oh, oops, I'm out. Bad fill on the exit. I got no price improvement, zero price improvement on the exit. And that's the risk you play when you hold those. Now, it was a good sell because it popped up against me. But when you play those holding games where you're holding something and you're doing that, you have to be willing and almost happy if it breaks even or if you lose on it, because that risk reward, hey, if it goes more, that's fine. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If you're having a hard day, you need to take that win. When you get that perfect entry, like that was an absolutely perfect entry for me. If you go back in the video and watch it, I was up, I think, 50 cents within 1 second of buying it. $500 in 1 second. That's a good hourly rate. Um, and you just got to take that money if you catch a trade like that. You don't have to hit a home run. You're like, oh crap, I'm out money. Okay, I'm out. And you just lock it in if you're having a hard day. So if you want to try to catch those bigger moves, you can't hold it if it doesn't work. Because this is what happens in this style of trading in this choppy market. There was no follow through. The early November, I would have had 30 contracts there and it would have continued to the downside. That's how great early November was for me and for other people. Look, I turned off I'm letting this run, guys. I turned off my Tesla thing because I saw that pop. I was like, yeah, hard pass, baby, hard pass, not playing with that. I think I play with Facebook here to test some contracts out. I always do bigger size with Facebook. So I tested 30 contracts out to see if I got good PI or if it was going to pop. I'm pretty sure I lose here. Oh, yeah. I looked and I noticed. I'm like, oh, crap. Oops. I shouldn't have got that because there's a 200. Did I buy? No, I didn't buy. I did not buy there. I was going to buy and I didn't buy because I changed my thing and I saw that there's a 1 minute 200 above my head on Facebook. I actually do end up buying here and losing a couple cents here because I was guessing, which was stupid, that Facebook was going to break out, and I end up losing. I'll just let it play for the sake of you guys watching it. But so lesson number one, I caught that first down move because I let a trade run. I lost on that second down move because I let a trade run. And that's how it goes. That's the name of the game. If you want to be a consistent, safe trader, build up those buffers and get those safe wins. And if you're looking at, what was I thinking? If I would have started recording sooner, you would have seen I made 3 or 4 other trades. And the reason that I took some of them and that I was okay with taking. Oh, here's you. Or here's something else I do sometimes. I want to show you all this. I paused the screen for those of you who are watching. So I had won several other times in Facebook on quick plays. So I knew in my head that Tesla had not gone down and it had failed to break down a couple of times, and I sold really quickly for really small wins, like 30 cents, 20 cents. I sold that one so fast because I had that in my mind that if this doesn't go, it's going to whip against me and I need to get out. I broke even on the trade because I didn't get price improvement on the exit. And then you saw it pop more and I turned it off and I went away. I didn't bend. I'm like, I'm not catching the next breakup or breakdown. I just left the name. Went to Facebook, saw that I would have liked it, but it had a 1 minute 200 above its head, so I didn't play with that. If you're looking at the screens, by the way, in the left hand portion of here, that is my 1 minute on top and 2 minute on the bottom. So let's watch this letter U. I want to show you guys something else. This is how I test to see if I can catch money in runners, and I'm pretty sure I lose in this one. So I'm about to buy letter U. Q's are falling. This was a test trade because sometimes I can catch this name and I can make bank in this name. So 495. So what I was doing here, and I'm talking to somebody else, that's why I'm pointing at the screen and stuff. If you're watching in Discord, you can see that. Or I'm talking to myself. So the bid is 480 and the ask is 530. I got 15 cents above the bid, so I got decent PI on that. So I'm thinking to myself, man, if letter U wants to go up here and wants to break above day highs, I can scalp into this 30 contracts at a time or 10 at a time, buying and selling, and I can print some serious dough. And sometimes I do that with different names I'm used to trading. Like when I'm saying I'm looking for names, I'm jumping around buying and selling different contracts at different sizes depending on the name. And what I should have done was sold right away to see if I got. So I sold here because it dropped. It went against me. And look at that sell. It dropped and I lost a few cents, but that's a decent drop for losing that amount. So I'll start playing again. And then because it tanks, I get away from letter U. I don't come back to it that day. I lost 150 bucks on that. Expensive test, I guess, but it's whatever. It is what it is. But I do that throughout the day to try to find something, because if letter U would have broke up there, I would have been slamming into that 100 contracts. Like I would have gone 30, 30, 30. If I kept getting that same price improvement and just holding it, it would have ran up a point or so, and I would have begun to unload them. Like I do that when I find names that work. Tesla falling down. Let's see. I can't remember if I play Tesla more here. Let me speed this up, or not speed it up. I don't have that going, but let's jump around and see if I trade Tesla any. Did I trade Tesla? I did, and I think I lost. I know I did, so let me jump this around and move this camera because I can't see. Give me a second. Let's see what I did here. Did I lose? So I started off the account. You see my account value. I took 5,000 out of my account, and so I started off the day with 50,000. So you can see I have 58,000 at this point. So I jump over to Tesla. Oops. Let's watch this. All right, so 2207 was my fill. Don't know when I bought. It's fine. 2207. If I sell right now, guaranteed win pretty much. Good timing on it. I guess I'll watch the entry for those who care to see if I actually got a good entry, if I just chased. 21, so haven't bought yet. I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to buy the next 1 minute breakdown because it's a 2 minute breakdown. The next is a 2 minute breakdown. So I'm going to buy it even though it's not a green takes red. My thought in my head, the Qs are going down. I'm thinking, hey, maybe it wants to drop now. Not a good setup per se. I'm actually red here. So I think I was stupid at this point in the day. I bought and it's not going in my favor. I'm giving it more room because I'm green. I don't think that's smart. Maybe because the Qs were falling is why I held it. I don't know. I'm green right now. Do I sell? Am I smart enough to sell? I'm up 50 cents to 80 cents right here. Smart thing to do is sell. Tesla hasn't followed through all morning except for that one time what do I do? I probably don't sell. I don't know. No, I'm sitting there thinking. I'm watching the level 2, thinking it might go down. I watch the cues. I think I see the cues popping here. Do I sell? I did. So thankfully I didn't let it go against me, but I did not get price improvement again on the 940s, and I lost 20 cents, 200 bucks on that. So I went again. So guys, seeing the same thing you saw earlier, I lost money because I held when I was up 800 bucks. So I would be up now just on those other two trades, another almost 1500 to 2 grand, almost having a 5-figure day. Or I would be having that if I would have sold. But what happened? I didn't sell. So that's partially, that's my fault in a sense of not trading intelligently, not trading good, is I didn't trade smart sometimes, and when you're holding for those bigger moves, you're going to lose. It would have been smarter for me to recognize and to make that change at this point that I would have lost. I mean, it's easy to tell, Brent, if you're buying. So, oh wow, I took 20 contracts that time. Okay. So I took 20 contracts that time. So it's easy to tell because you do the math in your head. So I took 20, so I lost more on that trade. But on 22, like if something's priced, an option is priced at $22 and you take 10 contracts, that's $22,000. If you sell them at 21, uh, the $21, or I'm sorry, if you sell them at $23 for 10 contracts, that's $1,000. So it's easy math. 1 point is totally, you know, depending on the size you take, it's automatic. Like I don't even think about it in my head. I just know when I look at my size, because I always do 10, 20, and 30 unless it's bigger names or smaller names, sorry. I just know like 1 point, 1 point with 30 contracts is $3,000. So it's just easy for me to know that in my head. So I don't even look at it. Yeah, same. And so that was my fault. So thankfully I caught this move earlier, or I would have probably been red or flat right now, honestly. And I would have gotten red because you're about to see me screw up some in Google. Um, and I tilted in Google. Thankfully I didn't go red. But I decided to be stupid. So the smart thing to do at this point in the day, when you've noticed that a name has not followed through, is not to do what I just did here. This is bad trading. Sitting there and not taking the quick money. It's probably been 3 or 4 trades now in a row, or maybe even 5, that Tesla has told me it's not going to follow through. Listen to what the market is telling you. Don't be an idiot. You're not smarter than the market. You're not smarter than anybody else. don't don't try to do anything that that the market's not letting you do. If the quick money's there, take the freaking quick money. Don't try to force it. Have a good one, Garrett. Thanks. Good luck to you too. Just take the money and quit. So here we go again. I tried it. No PI on this one. I'm ready to sell. I don't know if I sell or I lose here. I'm getting chopped around. I'm still thinking Tesla's going to break down. Do I sell yet? Qs are dropping. That's dropping. I'm up. It's chopping around. I sold. And this time I sold quicker, guys, because I didn't want to lose on it. And I think it ends up being a good choice to sell here. You see I made 20 cents or less than 20 cents times that by 2, whatever. You can do the math on what I made or lost. So then I come over to Google. What was I saying, though? Let me pause this really quick before I jump into this and show you all how I trade Google. So take the money. If that's what the market is telling you, don't hold the trade, just take the quick money and let those trades add up. If your timing's right and you're getting a good entry, and like for me today at this point, I was ahead on 95% of my trades, but they weren't all wins because I wasn't taking the money. I'm an idiot. How about this? I just take the money, I let it add up, and then when it proves to me that it's gonna follow through and I miss a big breakdown, then I give it more time the next time. I don't give it more time when it's obviously this is the 5th time I've done it and it hasn't worked. How about I just take the stinking money and stop trying to catch that 8-point run that I caught earlier in the day? Like, how about I just do what the market's letting me do? People that had a hard day, you might have been doing what I was doing there, and maybe your entry was just a little bit worse than mine, so you didn't make out as well. You're going to watch me give most of my day back right here. And then we're going to watch me get it back, thanks to Geronimo, and then I'm going to jump to the end of the day. And then we can talk some more. I don't even think I get too toxic here. So I'll jump around this area. So Google, I test trade Google. Here's how I test trade Google, and y'all just watched it. I'm going to show you again. So I see Google's going down. The Qs are going down. I'm like, Tesla sucks. I'm going to go trade Google. Let's try Google. I look at some calls. I go the first in the money, the 860s. I'm ready to buy 10. I buy 1. And this is, I told y'all on the mic, I was like, hey, I just test traded Google and I made 50 cents. I bought and sold 1. Look how quickly I buy and sell 1 here. I let the Qs drop a little bit, I think. I bought and sold 1 and made 50 cents in what, 6 or 7 seconds? So now in my head, I'm like, okay, Google's working. I'm getting good price improvement. If the Qs drop, I can make money in Google. Which you could have, but for some reason, I think my timing got bad. Here's why my timing got bad. I didn't change my mindset. I think I test traded Google again here. I did. I test traded again and I lost, but I looked at the price improvement and you can't see it on the screen, but I hovered my mouse over the that money sign and it told me what I got, and I decided to still trade Google. On that quick buy and sell, I lost 20 cents on one contract there, but because the Qs were going against me, I got good price improvement 2 trades in a row, so I decided that I like these contracts. I think I might try one other one here. Let me jump forward a little bit to see when I start losing money, just so y'all don't watch me, because I'm waiting for Google to pop up. Notice I haven't done any more trades. Oh, here you go. So there was a trade. So I bought Google here. I'm probably just guessing. I probably don't think this is a good trade. In my head, I'm probably like, we'll see what happens. I got good PI last time. Did not get good PI this time, or did not get as good PI. If you guys, did I sell this? Hopefully I sell. Okay, good. I sold. It popped against me. I sold. I lost almost a point. Grand down the drain. Not too mad about it because it went against me. If you can see my face on the other screen, I'm going to pop my face up so you guys on YouTube can see what I look like. So this now, if you're watching on YouTube, is me during the day. So right there, I mistraded. And maybe I get toxic here, I don't know. But I bought early. And so this happens to me too. You guys that message me and that do other stuff like, hey, you missed trades. Look at this. Like, I bought and then sold, lost a point, and then Google dropped. And now I would probably be green if I sold or close to it. And so now I'm looking at it again. I bought again. I got 0 price improvement. I'm like, oh crap, this is stupid. I'm not freaking out, like, looking at me. You can't really tell. Like, I'm not freaking out. And I think I sell right away. So here's why I sell pretty much right away there. If Google goes against me, I know that I'm going to get wrecked. And I would rather get wrecked less right now and just take a $2,000 loss than I would be stupid and hold it and lose all my day if Google decides to rip up. But I got good price improvement, so it kind of kept my confidence in the name that I was going to try that contract again. I think I might try a different contract here. I jumped to a different one because I know the name's working. Oh, look at that. I'm changing and the contract drops in my face. Am I dumb enough to chase it here? I'm pretty sure I'm dumb enough to chase it here. I'm not sure. But so Google dropped in my face after I do it. So I just missed the plays. I'm not toxic. I'm not mad. I mean, you're watching me. I'm kind of just sitting waiting for the next setup. Just waiting for something to happen. I think what I want at this point, I'm watching the Qs, not just Google. I actually don't really watch Google at all when I'm trading Google or Amazon. I just watch the Qs. But when I'm trading these names, guys, when I'm trading them, I am willing to lose the spread, if not twice the spread. And I bought there. I got some price improvement. I can't tell if it was a good trade or not. But I just misplay Google, and I don't know why. Some days I trade this, and I can't lose. Like, it's literally like I can't lose. And then other days when I'm doing it, it's like this, where I'm mistrading. I'm buying too early and selling too late. And it's honestly just the name of the game for my style of trading. And I've talked about this before. And honestly, what I could have done was size down. And what I was doing wrong was there wasn't enough volume, I think, in some of these names. And the price improvement might have been inconsistent. I don't know. But I'm up now in the name, and I'm dumb enough not to sell it, I think. I'm waiting for a flush. Same thing I was doing earlier. You see how I'm still making the same mistakes? Like, I'm still making the same mistakes I was making earlier. Right now, if I sell, I pretty much have a guaranteed win. I'm holding it because I'm watching the cues, not Google, and I think it's going to go down. I think I sell here. So I know, I'm pretty sure I win on this trade. Yeah, I won. So I made $1,500 on that trade. So, and then it drops more against me. So I made $1,500, then it drops another 2 grand. I probably would have made 3 to 4 grand. That's, look at that dropping. Now I'm laughing. I'm almost laughing at it. I take my cup and I'm, because it just dropped. Like, I was playing the right names. I was doing the right strategies, but I wasn't necessarily playing them right. Or I was playing them just a little wrong. I was doing something wrong. Um, I was a little early. I was selling just a little wrong. And I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but that's the name of the game. The question is, could you adjust and find what you were doing? Like, I just chased here. This is dumb. I chased and it pops against me. I got toxic watching it go down. Y'all get to see me go toxic. I'm pretty sure I give back the 1500 I just made because I chased this drop. I might even get back more than that. I'm not sure. Let's see how long I hold this thing. And I'm talking to somebody, so if you see me looking around talking, I'm on the phone or on a chat. So I'm also talking in chat, and then I think I'm talking to my dad. So I lost more than I made that time. I sold and I lost 1,700. So chasing very rarely works. It very rarely works in these names, especially the cues were popping. I decided to sell. I'm glad I did. But you can see, like, I was doing stuff that works. I was barking up the right tree, so I kept barking up it, but I did some missed trades. That's okay. It's going to happen. The question is, can you adjust live quicker? Can you realize what you're doing? And like, hey, I just need to wait for a setup. Like, if I just would have taken that 1500, I would have been fine. But now I just gave back, what I made in it. Let's jump around a little bit and see what I do here. I bought Google. Probably thought it was going lower. I probably lose on this trade too. Yeah, oh yeah, I lose on this trade. Lost another 2 grand on this trade. Doing the same thing, buying at the wrong time. Let's jump to the next one. Wait, what did I do here? Was I trying to buy Apple puts? Okay, I make some back here. Okay, so at this point in the day, I gave back, not all my day, I gave back $3,000, $4,000 off my high. So I give him back about 50% of my day. Geronimo was talking about Apple short. I looked at Apple, and I was like, hey, I like Apple. So now y'all are going to watch me play Apple. This is a long hold. I take 100 contracts. I bought 100 contracts here thinking Apple was going to flush. I bought at 62, and in my head, I'm giving Apple 10 to 20 cents. So I'm willing to lose about $1,000 to $2,000 on this trade. I think it's going to flush, and I'm giving it basically the previous 1 minute candle in my head is how high I'm going to let it go. And I just let this run down. And I'm pretty sure it goes through day lows while I'm holding these contracts. So this was Geronimo call out. I was watching it, but he brought it to my attention, started talking about how he thought it was going to go down. I do have other charts up, even though Google's still there, and I just hold this. While I'm here, and while we watch me make my day back in Apple, are there questions or thoughts about where I'm going so far, what we've been doing so far? Let me look up really quick. Did you hold, no FOMO, did you have the hold mentality due to the first trade or because you were up a trade? Well, the first trade, so no FOMO, I think it was because I had made so much on that first K. So the first trade I made 8,000. And then from that point, I was expecting Tesla to possibly go lower. So, so really quick before I answer that, look at Apple here. This is why sometimes I like Apple, even though Apple's price went up, the options are going in the, like, I'm not losing any value on the options, even though the ask and the bid went up some there and there was a pop. That's a very bearish sign to me. You see the Qs falling, so I was not tempted to sell Apple there. I'm just watching, and I'm not giving it the top of that. I'm not giving it a lot of room. Like, I'm giving it the top of the candle I bought it on. But because the options didn't drop, now I'm up $1,000 because I bought 100 contracts. So I'm just sitting there in Apple. And part of me is like, should I sell and take the money or should I hold? I had an overall kind of short bias today. So I think no FOMO because I made that money early. I was kind of waiting for some of this stuff to happen. And it was kind of my strategy coming into today was to catch some of these moves and to catch some of these down moves. And even though you can see this, like I'm up, I'm not, it's not like I'm jumping off the wall. I'm just watching, watching it, deciding if I want to sell, if I don't. So I think that 8,000 trade and that early trade helped and gave me too much confirmation bias, even though I'm up money. I think it had a little bit of a detriment in the way that I took some trades I shouldn't and I held Tesla too long. But it just kind of is what it is. Thankfully, I caught Apple and then I stopped. Or I traded a little bit more, but Apple was the big one. So while we're watching Apple, questions, if y'all have questions. I'm pretty sure the stochastics are going down on Apple too. I've got them on other charts. I have more charts than what y'all can see in this video. It's just I can only fit so much on my screen recorder. So I choose the 1 minute, 2 minute, and this. But I'm pretty sure I had stochastics up on another chart that I was looking at for the Apple short here. I don't know why I would limit out of Apple because they're so tight. I don't limit out of anything, Martin. I never limit. Except for the first 2 minutes in Fidelity if I'm doing a one and done. I realize I have all these windows open and I close them all out. I have a video where I go over my Fidelity setup, Gasha, and I'm going to make a new one. But sure, well, you can't see my mouse, so I can't really go over it. But in the center is the options chain. Up top, the direct trade window. To the left that you see is the option direct trade window. The direct trade stock in the center is the level 2. And then the Q's chart is so I always have a quick Q's reference without moving my eyes. And then that Apple contract. Down on the bottom is the orders tab. You can see the position. And to the right, that P&L limit thing. I don't pay any attention to that whatsoever. The only reason is there for a quick account, total account value balance, and a quick, like if I forget to close a position. Those are the only reasons it's there. What do you mean I keep opening and closing each stock? You keep opening and closing for each stock. Yeah, I'm opening my options chain so I can purchase like in the direct trade window. But the level 2 for the stock and the chart and my options chain are all linked. So I type in a name, it goes to the name. Like I type in Apple, all my charts change. I then click on the option I want to purchase, and then it opens that direct trade option window, which has my defaults in it, and then I purchase. Let's see, what are you asking? Yeah, you have to type. Or you don't have to. I have shortcuts in Fidelity that I can just double click Apple, double click names. So we're just watching this go down because there was no reason for me to sell, guys. And I'm pretty sure when I do end up selling, this is the price, but I think it drops down past here and then it pops back up. I'm watching for a flush of day lows here. Is why I haven't sold yet. And at this point is what? I don't even know. I probably bought the wrong contract. I should have gone way in the money. Usually I do, but I think I was trying to be safe and I took closer to the money. I'm not sure if I sell here or not. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all. I'm doing a video on Fidelity Setup like very soon. Here we go, 320. So now I'm up 5-6 grand in Apple. Yes, I'll do as much information as I can. So at this point, I'm happy with my trade. I don't remember. We'll just wait and see when I sell it. I don't remember when I sell. But you see this whole drop, like, it's not like Apple, I mean, it paid a ton because I took big size, but it's not like you, it's not like Tesla, where you instantly make some points, like, but you could do this with 30 contracts, like, you can trade Apple, so part of the reason I'm trading this is not just to show that I made money in this, but to be like, you can trade these names. If you like the slower moving names, if you don't mind making just 20 or 30 cents on Apple, you can take 30 contracts or something to kind of practice taking that bigger size if it's something that you want to do. Yes, a lot of times I sell half, no FOMO. I'd say most of the time I sell half and then hold more if I think it's going down. But Today was not one of those days, right or wrong. Today was not one of those days. So I have no idea when I sell this. I do know I sell it at some point because I'm not still holding them. I can jump forward if you guys want. So a lot of times I sell half just to lock it in, and then I hold the rest for a runner. It makes it easier. I think I sell here. So I lose probably 3 or 4 grand from when I could have sold it. Do I sell here or do I hold? I think I hold because I'm giving it a 2-minute window. Let's see. Let's jump forward. Yep, I still didn't sell. I think I'm giving it like the top of the last 2-minute candle before I sell. If it doesn't break that 2-minute candle, I don't sell. I don't care if I lose money. So like I was cool with just making 2 or 3 grand on that. So I held that whole pop. That's another thing, guys. If you do these kind of trades, you don't have to do what I just did there. You could have sold it and you probably would have been smarter than I am. You never know what the trade's going to do. You know, you don't know that it's going to keep going down. I mean, I was cool if it went up and I broke even on the trade. Like in my head, I knew I probably wasn't going to, but if I just made 2 or 3 grand on that trade, I was cool, even though I held it through that. And if it went down, I knew there was greater potential. Yeah, you could sell and buy back, but it's not that easy because look how where the options moved and stuff, you know. But generally, I do sell and buy back. Like I should have sold when it started popping and then bought back at the next 1-minute break here. That would have been a better trade. I didn't. Is what it is. I'm pretty sure I load up to sell and then I sell when it breaks down one more time. Let me jump ahead just so we don't sit here and watch this because I want to skip to the end. Okay, so I sold. Let's see. 298. See, not the best sell. I could have sold. So I did actually see it popped up here and I sold here. I followed my rule. I let it break the top of the previous candle and then I sold there. 298 sell, no PI. I only made 3 grand instead of making more. So you saw the same thing there. Instead of me selling it at 330 price, I sold it at 298. I didn't trade that perfectly. I held it too long. These things happen. And it's kind of part of catching that big trade. I could have traded that better. I 100% should have sold it earlier. Again, just me being, I think it was just not smart trading on my part, even though I won. I could have traded that better by selling it when it broke the first 1-minute high. I gave it too much. Yeah, I'm not mad about it, but we're just saying, like, know that risk there. Like, there's an ability to get toxic with that because you didn't catch the maximum move. And you kind of see that kind of stuff. I don't use the 7. Do I have the 7? I do have the 7. It was probably an error on my chart. I need to change it to an 8. Yeah, I had been messing with my charts. I think I set it at a 7. It should be an 8. Thanks for catching that. I don't use Fidelity charts. That's why. Like, I don't actually use that chart. It's just a quick reference. So let's jump around. So that got me back. And you could see the, by the way, if you want to look at this, look at my P&L, by the way, right here. It's wrong. Total account value is like 28,000. It does that all the time. It doesn't matter. Pretty sure I lose some in Google here, and then I catch it back in news flow. So I give up. Did I play? No, I didn't play Google there. I'm pretty sure I lose some in Google here. I made 2 grand in Google there. So I played some Google. I made some money in Google. I came back to it. It was working. I made some money in Google. I lost some money in Google. And then I caught a news flow play. I think, did I catch? No, I didn't catch Apple. Uber. I played Uber news flow that Geronimo called out. And then I'm going to skip to the end, guys. So just for video's time's sake, we watch my morning. Tesla in the afternoon. When did I start trading it? Here we go. Let's see. So we're going to go here. Tesla breaks out above this range. I start trading Tesla. I'm typing in the chat. I think me and Boof are talking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you can use a 6. You can use a lot of different things. I had traded in Tesla. I lost a few cents. I probably won a few cents. I'm looking at some of my trades. Pretty sure I'm eating, so do excuse. I'm chewing on some pistachios. So it's power hour right now. It's like 3 o'clock. I'm wondering what's going to happen. I'm going to skip around to try to catch some of the actual trades when I get going. All right, let's see here. Let's see what I did on this last couple trades. I want to see this trade. So what I'm doing at this point, I think, is testing out a trade, testing out contracts. So I know I purchased in the next few seconds here. I have 10 loaded up in Tesla. It's breaking up. It's going stronger. I buy. I get ready to sell. Watching it drop, watching it pop, and I sold. And then actually on that one, I got really good PI if you go back and pause it. So I'm trying to find confidence in a contract. I'm trying to find if I should hold it and give it room, if I should just sell it. Now I'm playing on my phone, but that's kind of my thoughts here. It's like, okay, Tesla's moving up. Do I need to give it room? Do I need to buy it sooner? So I'm taking smallish size. Thanks, no FOMO. Um, Appreciate you hanging out. You can check out the rest on YouTube, or be sure to like it if you get the chance. But so I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's Tesla doing? Does it want to go higher? Does it want to go lower? Is what's going through my head. Okay, it's moving up. All right, so maybe I buy it a little bit sooner and give it a little bit more time. You can see my P&Ls at 60, so I hadn't lost any. I walked away all day after those earlier trades. I made some in Google and I quit. And then I came back and I tried it again here, 315. Not really sure. I don't have it zoomed in and I don't have my other chart there, so some stuff I can't look at. But I'm kind of giving it some room, maybe more room. I bought it and sold it and I made money there. So you see me buy and sell. I'm ready to buy and sell again. I think this is the open of the next candle. Sorry I didn't change my, no it's not, it's just going higher. Did I lose there? So yeah, I lost there. So right now I'm pretty much just buying and selling. I'm just testing things out. This is what I do sometimes when I'm sitting here, so y'all kind of know my process. Like, and I'm doing it with 10 contracts, so it's not like there's no chance of me losing. I should probably do it with one. But I'm just trying to find something that's working. I'm buying it at a different second in the chart. So it's like that one was like I bought in the first 30 seconds of the thing, and I gave it a certain amount of time. I'm trying to, you know, buy it a little bit earlier in the candle, buy it a little bit later in the candle. Do I need to give it more time? Like, I'm not tilting, I'm not getting mad. I'm just trying to figure out a way to play this to make money. Do I need to change the contracts? Am I getting good PI? I'm buying during the break. Do I need to buy when the contract is sitting still, when the price of the thing is sitting still? You see me buying again. When I zoom in and I change to Tesla on my level 2, you'll be able to see better. I buy and I sell there. I made 50 cents? About 50 cents, so $500 on that trade. So I'm like, okay, let's try to do whatever I just did there again. I bought again, kind of bending into these a little bit because it's trending higher. The Qs are trending higher. I bought again, 23.37. I sell because it's sitting still. I made 10 cents on that one. I'm like, okay, I'm getting really good PI on it. Or did I lose 10 cents? Yeah, it looks like I lost 10 cents. I'm like, okay, still getting good PI. Let's see what's up. I'm pretty close, I think, in my head to winning. Let's get ready and buy and sell again here. Sorry, I'll change the level 2 in a second. It pops. And this is when a trend is happening. So what you can see is Tesla's breaking, it's going up. I'm kind of playing the trend, and I don't mind chopping in and out and winning and losing 10, 20 cents here because I'm up, what, 10 grand on the day. It doesn't, like, I'm not going to lose my day here. The size is appropriate for the amount I'm up, and the size is appropriate for everything. So I'm just trying to find a way to win. I made 30 cents on that trade. I'm not holding anything long. Notice the difference from me then and then in the morning. Like, what's the difference in me in the morning and me now? Am I holding things longer? No. Now, Tesla keeps going up, so sure, holding things longer would have worked here. But I learned, especially after stepping away and coming back, I learned, and you're going to see me adapt, and you're going to see me double my day. Because I adapted, and I started smart, because I didn't hold things long for big gains or big losses. Now, granted, I might have won if I screwed up like I did earlier, but it doesn't matter because there's no telling what Tesla would have done. It could have went against me. I didn't risk anything. I fooled around. I found the contract that I like, and I just kind of started messing around with it. I found a name that was trending. Tesla's now trending. I have kind of a lot of confidence in it. I've made some money in it. You see I'm not bending into it right here. I could have bought that and chased it. I didn't chase it. Like, I'm just chilling. I'm watching it. I'm waiting for the next setup. I bought 25.37. Oh, you can see the other chart now. Good. So I bought it as the 1 minute was breaking. So I can go back now. You can see on the top left-hand side, if you want to see the Tesla chart, TC2000. You can see it opened up. It started going higher here, breaking the last 1 minute high. Right when I was about to go to it, I bought, got ready to sell. That was a great fill. I'm now up 30 to 50 cents. Ready to sell, ready to sell. I'm watching the level 2. The level 2 is going up. It started going down, or it slowed down, and I think I sell. I'm up, I think, a point now. Almost a point. Waited maybe, and I made, what's that? 60 cents on that. So 60 cents on that. Could have made more. And I think I was joking with somebody there um, in chat or CT or something. So still chilling, waiting to play the next one. It's just like, okay, no chasing, no worries, just gonna chill, gonna sit back, ready to buy the next 1 minute breakout. I'm just watching the level 2. I know where the 1 minute breakout's at. I'm sitting there. I expect Tesla to pull down just a little bit, and then I expect it to break up. So I'm looking at it, I'm watching, I know where the level is at, and I'm just chilling, waiting on my level 2. The second that ask starts ticking up, my eyes are on the ask and whatever else I'm looking at, I don't know. My eyes are on the ask, I'm just waiting. No stress, just chilling. Starts ticking up, look, bought, ready to sell instantly. 6:30, I'm already green. Right now I'm already green. 10 cents green, 20 cents green, 30 cents green. Possible 40 plus 50 cents green. That's 10 contracts, so a couple $100. Did I sell yet? I did not sell yet. It's popping. Smart thing to do is sell into the pop. I'm holding because I'm getting confidence in the name. I'm like, okay, it's working. It's trending higher. Notice I'm giving my trades more time. I'm up over a point now in this trade. I should sell here. I don't think I sold. Look, I actually sold in the middle of a pop. Whether or not it goes higher, it doesn't matter. I made a point and a half on that. That's $1,500 on that trade. I'm still doing 10. Doesn't matter that it went higher. I sold at a good time. I'm now ready to get back in. I'm making on these. I'm confident in the name. Name's trending higher. I did not buy there. Notice I didn't chase. I actually changed contracts because I wanted to take 20 because I had gained. So this is when I start sizing up. Because look, I just won so many times. Tesla's going higher. It's coming up to yesterday's close. I know if it breaks above that, we could get a pop. I should have sold. I didn't. Did I sell? I did sell. So that was with 20 contracts. So I made 50 cents on that. That was $1,000 on that trade. I then go back to the other ones and I size down. So at this point, I don't know if I need to keep watching, or I don't know if we want to keep going with watching me do this, but I'll pause it. So it's paused. At this point, I realize, by the way, like in my head, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, we're near yesterday's high. There's a good chance, or yesterday's close, and there's this big wick on this last 1 minute candle. There's a good chance that it pulls down here. I'm cautious of this trade. I'm like, man, I hope this is the trade it goes down on. I just made a point and a half, and then I made another $1,000. I don't know if I take this trade. If I do, I sell it so fast. I did. So I took it, 94.14. Do I sell this one? Pretty sure I sell this one pretty quick. I don't remember. Did I sell? Yeah, I sold. So I sold that one, 29.40. I broke even on that trade. I sold that quick. Notice how I didn't give it room. I didn't give it room, even though it would have worked, because in my mind's eye, I'm expecting a pull down. We've been running up a lot. Doesn't mean it's coming. And yes, the name went higher. Who cares? Like, I'm like, okay, I've made a lot on this. The stochastics are all the way at the top. It's got to pull down at some point. You know who I don't want to be? The guy sitting in 10 to 20 Tesla contracts when it rips against me in the wrong direction. So instead of taking 20, even though I made money, what am I doing? I'm still taking 10 contracts, so I don't risk what I made. Okay, we got 2 high candles. I'm pretty sure it's going to pull back here. And I'm like, man, I'm just waiting for this to pull back. After it pulls back, I'm going to size in. I'm going to show you guys one more trade, or 2 more, but one more big trade. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait for it to pull back, and then I'm going to size in. That's what's going into my head now. And I'm not going to give up my day. I'm up. I can't tell what I'm up because the P&L is obviously messed up, but I'm probably up 15. I don't know what I'm up. Let's jump forward a little bit because the P&L thing's messed up. 63. So 63, that's 13,000 on the day. Or so. Looks like I took a trade and lost. So I did try to take a front run, probably mark one there that didn't work. Lost $300. I did take 20 that time. So it pulled down, so I was trying to take 20. I think I tried to do it again with 20. Let's jump forward. So I lost $600 there. Let's jump forward. Let's find a trade. Okay, here's a buy. Is this the one? Ah, here we go. Might be the one. The one. Okay, here we go. So, it did not hit the 8 like I wanted it to, but it's close to the 8. It did pull down, and it gave us a red 2-minute candle. So what do we have? We have a red 2-minute candle, and we have 2 digestive 1-minute candles with a Mark 1 breakout. uh, in a strong name that's trending with the cues going in the generally proper direction. Okay, I like this. I'm going to size up a little bit into this trade. I'm up 13 grand. There's no risk in this. If I lose 1,000, 2,000 bucks, 3,000 bucks, it doesn't really matter. As far as my day goes, I'm not toxic. I'm chill. Look at my body language. I jumped in. I'm in it, or yeah, 2169. 2169. Look at that. I jumped in, and I jumped in at 2169. Those contracts are at 2230 right now. That's good PI and timing. You can go back and watch that. I'm impressed with that entry, and I'm pretty sure I lose on this trade because I'm an idiot. And I hold it. So this is when good PI screws me sometimes. I was holding it for a big move. I was like, oh, dang, that's crazy. I'm up now on 20 contracts, like, good money. And I sold there. Oh, no, wait, I was smart. Cool. So I actually sold them there because I didn't want to lose because I got that good PI. And even though it could have gone up more, I made 50 cents or so, a little bit less, so 1,000 bucks on that trade. You know why I sold that? Because it didn't go as quick as I wanted it to in my head. Like, I wanted it to rip. It didn't rip, and it hadn't hit the 8 yet. I was up $1,000. I took that freaking $1,000. That's what was going in my head. I can always buy back in. There's always going to be another play. Who cares if it rips up and goes through day highs without me? I'll find another play. I can do what I just did here. Look, I just bought back in. Oh, wow. It's like I don't run out of money during the middle of the day. Pretty sure I take a loss here because I got no PI on these contracts. I changed contracts because I was trying to take bigger size. Not the smartest decision, I don't think. I lost 30 cents there. I got no PI on them that time around for some reason. Maybe I made too much PI last time. So they took it from me. But another quick trade, if you want to go back and look at that one. Let's see. I'm still waiting for the next breakout. Might be trying to play the 2-minute. I'm kind of just thinking at this point. I'm like, I really don't know. It hasn't hit the 8 yet. I'm going to get in it if it goes up. I don't want to just buy it right here. I'd rather wait for it to hit something. I think it could hit the 8. It could even go down more. So we still have some time in the day. I'm going to jump around. I don't want to, just for time's sake. Let's just put it this way. I'll see where I'm at when we get to the trade. Oh, this might be the trade. Let's see. Did I buy? I did. Okay, here's the trade. So here's the trade, guys. So I made 1 or 2 trades. I broke even and I lost. If you look back, it doesn't look like I took another trade, or I might have took one other one. 1 per candle, like I've talked about before. I took 1 per candle. We actually have a know your limit 8 test. We have another 2-minute closed bar. So I'm buying the next 1-minute breakout. We tested the 8. I'm ready to buy. I'm going to front run this candle. I have 20 contracts loaded up. I think I'm chatting. I think I might be telling people what I'm doing. I don't know. I haven't bought yet. I'm loaded up, ready to buy. The second it comes off that 8, I bought. So I didn't wait for it to go up and even for the level 2 to start speeding up. The second it goes up, I bought. I'm now pretty much break even to green on the trade. I'm now green on the trade. It's now going through the trigger. I'm now definitely green on the trade. I got 20 contracts here. I'm now up at least 1 point. This could be 2 points. Watching it go. We had a 2-minute. Do I sell here? I don't sell here. So I'm at least a point up on 20 contracts right now. If I get the worst fill, I sold. So I made a point on 20 contracts right there. I sold the pop. I did not let it drop back against me. So I made a point on I made a point on those contracts. All right, so I'm going to stop there as far as for this going through this. I know Tesla went up. I traded it a few more times. I made a little bit more than where my P&L is at now. Or I might have ended up there. I went up to 68,000 and then I came back down to like 66 or 65. I don't remember. Either way, that's about where I was at, and that's about what I did. So I hope y'all can take away some things from that, especially these last trades in Tesla. and how I adapted from this morning to coming back to fooling around with something with a size that wasn't going to hurt my day, that wasn't bothering me. I'll change this camera on. That wasn't hurting my day, that wasn't going to bother me, that I could lose in. And I was just fooling around finding something that worked. I found something that worked, and then I sized into it when it was a good setup. I didn't just chase sizing into it. Notice on the 1 minute breakouts, like I've talked about before, I didn't size up. I wasn't like, yo, I'm taking 20 on each one of these. Like, Tesla hasn't been trading that well. It's kind of been choppy. Even though it was breaking out, it was just 10 contracts, riding it up, building that cushion, building that cushion. Made a little bit on 20. I thought that was, hey, this is kind of stupid. I think Tesla's coming down. I went back to trading 10 contracts. I waited for it to pull down. I made it and I lost. I'm like, hey, Tesla needs to hit the 8. Even if it breaks out without me, that's cool, guys. It doesn't matter. Oh, it hit the 8. Okay, now I'm taking 20. I didn't wait for it to go up. It ticked up off that 8, I bought. If it went down, I was selling that instant. It didn't go down. Because it didn't go down, what happened? I made money. I held it and I didn't keep holding and let it win against me. I let that one popped. Thanks, Ari. Have a good day. And I sold it. That's how I traded today. I think I ended up 15, 16K in the positive. Um, you know, tomorrow I might lose that. I don't know. But that that was my day today. I think tomorrow I'll probably either tomorrow or the next day I'm taking it, but my account back down to 30. I think, just for or 50 at least. I've been randomly doing that end of the year. I'm not really sizing up and taking chances of like blowing out. So I'm just like taking money, putting it out, taking money, keeping my account down to where I'm like forcing myself to trade small. And if the market gets super good with follow through, I'll just dump money back into it so I can size up. But I'm fine with just doing like look what you can do with 10 contracts and 20 contracts. You know, you don't need that much and you don't need that much money to do that. These Tesla contracts were all trading under $20 today, under $30 today. So with a $30,000 account, you could have had the same day that I had because I didn't really do much that was more than 20, more than once or twice. So that's how I traded today. I made some bad trades, did some stuff that lost, um, caught some moves, didn't trade at all through the middle of the day. I left. Like y'all saw pretty much the end of when I traded, when I skipped forward, was away from my computer, came back at, I think I typed in here, I got to put my kids to bed, then I'll come sit down, screwed around with some small size, came back and started trading Tesla. It was started working. That's what I mean. Find a name that's trending, find that momentum, start scalping those 1 minute breakouts. It's working. Okay. I think it's topped a little bit. Let it come back down, hit a moving average, take that trade. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. All right. Now we're up and we're having a pretty good day. So it was a little bit more trading smart than trading aggressive. Like most of those trades, I don't think were crazy aggressive. I think, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, they were semi-cautious. They were like strategies. They were proper setups. It wasn't me just. Let me see what my wife is. Okay. It wasn't anything that was too wild. So and some days I have days where I do stuff like this and it doesn't work. And 100%, like guys, there are days when I do this and I'm 16 grand down because I tried the Tesla trade and it doesn't work. And I tried the other one, I held it too long trying to get back, and now I'm down 2 grand, and then I'm down 3 grand, and then I'm down 10 grand. and and then I never find an apple and I buy the apple, and instead of going it against me, it rips in the opposite direction. I have days like that. I've had them recently. So that doesn't always work like this. But this is my trading style, and this is how I find the things that work. This is when they work. And this is what it looks like generally when I have successful days in the market over the last 2 weeks. So, and the 3 weeks since Thanksgiving. This is the type of trading I've been doing that has helped me. Cautious, trying to adjust on the fly, taking breaks to quote unquote restart my day and go 0-0, learn the lessons that I should have learned from earlier, like sell sooner. Kind of fool around with names and find something that works, and then get out of it. And then if something really starts working, maybe give it more room, maybe try this, but never risking what I've made so far. And if you do risk it, you just got to be cool with it and just be like, hey, like I was playing for a bigger win, and that bigger win didn't come. Like I did an Apple, I could have made 6 grand instead of 3 grand, and it didn't happen. And hey, I'm cool with that. I made 3 grand on the trade. I was trying to make more. I should have sold half. and then let the arrest run. Yeah, I should have done that. I didn't. My mistake. Next time I play it, maybe I'll do that. So I don't know. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, at least transparency wise, like you're saying. At least you'll be able to kind of see what I do. Like I said, I think some of these will kind of be, I'll try to do this in videos, maybe not the whole video like this, but at least clips of some good trades and bad trades that I do, just to help people kind of see and go through my OODA loop and what I'm looking at and how I'm trading. Any thoughts? Anything else before I before we close this out? And while I'm waiting, if anybody on the mic wants to say something, but if not, that adapting, I think, is key in this market, and identifying the type of day that it is, and identifying the type of market that it is, and not wishing it was early November when it's early December. Maybe late December is going to be as good. Maybe late December, maybe next week or tomorrow or after FOMC, we wake up and all of a sudden the market is just freaking incredible and we're just smacking the crap out of it. And those Tesla things that I got, I'm taking 30 of them and they're running 5 points in my favor and I'm having these big days. Maybe that happens and maybe it doesn't. And it doesn't matter. We have to trade what is in front of us, not what we wish was in front of us. And if you keep trading like it was early November, not like it is now, you're going to blow your account out. Trade what's in front of you, trade the market that's in front of you and what the market gives you, not what you wish the market was giving you. Identify what's working. Use this room in the rotation, people. Use the T3 room if you're in there and you're not coming from YouTube, and you'll be able to do it. Don't trade too aggressive early. Trade smart. Trade smart. Find something that's working. Lean into the momentum. If nothing's working, then just stay away. Come back tomorrow. Boof and I were talking today. You know, I've made more in Tesla than I have in any other name this year. I probably doubled most names in what I've made in Tesla this year. I could only trade Tesla the amount I've made in it this year, and I don't have to work. I could just trade Tesla, but I'm not going to do that. We trade other names. We learn how to trade. We adapt. We find things that are working, but you don't have to trade every day to make a living doing this. And some days, just stepping back, taking a long break, coming back for the last power hour or something, maybe you find something. Don't force things that aren't working and strategies that aren't working, or your style of trading that strategy that's not working. Don't force it to try to make money. Find a good trade and find a style that's working. Lean on that until something changes. That's what I've got for tonight. Let me see if there are questions. And if not, I'll bounce and we'll cut this. As a quick reminder, I don't have sets amount for when I stop. I just feel the market, Brent, and you know, that's not a good thing, but you know, maybe 10 grand, I guess. Usually as soon as I notice I'm down money, and I feel like, oh crap, I'm down 8,000, I need to be smart. Like, there's not a number, but it's more of a feeling. So it's just like, I'm down money, I need to stop doing what I'm doing. I need to change. It's not working. It's more like 2 or 3 losing trades than it is an amount of money. Unless it's like, you know, 50K or something like that, or 25K, then I'm definitely like, oh crap, I'm being an idiot. Let's stop this. Generally speaking, though, it's that. I mean, I am talking through my front run process, but it's a feeling, Gasha. So it's just so much time in front of it that I'm just feeling it. And I can do it live. I can't do it after the fact. I can do it live, and maybe I'll do that. With other guys on the mic, I generally don't. But I could definitely do it live. Yeah, time in the seat. I could do it live and talk through it. I can't do it like this and talk through it. There's just no way for me to remember and to talk through it because it's all in my head and it's all mental and it's all like visualizing the trade and what it's going to be and when I want to get in. There's not a mechanical process to it. So I could do it live. I couldn't do it on this. All right, guys. So I think that'll be it for tonight. A little over an hour on the video. Thank you guys so much. Please go watch, share, subscribe to the YouTube, comment on it. Lets me know people like it if you get likes and all that fun stuff. I really appreciate it. Hope that it helped. Like always, trade smart. Let's get it tomorrow. Let's come in. Let's help each other out. And, you know, that's what we're all about here. So I appreciate everything. I appreciate trading with you guys. Love trading with you guys. And I will see you all tomorrow morning. Have a great evening.